aprilia Scarabeo 50 Ditech. It has a direct injection Morini engine, and yeah, obviously it's non-running. When I got it, I noticed that the engine was spinning over quite quickly using the starter. So the battery is probably very good. Starter sounds very good, but it kind of sounded as if there was no compression. That the engine was turning off over way too easy. Kinda. It didn't sound like it would fire up or anything. So I was checking the spark plug, and the first thing I noticed about this model, which is kind of annoying, it's quite difficult to get a tool in here. But yeah, I managed to get it. The spark plug did not seem to get wet. So I was already wondering if the ECU was broken, because I had no idea where the ECU was on this scooter, so I just took off all the plastics to find it, but yeah, it was hidden underneath the seat. So here's the voltage regulator. Here we have the ignition coil, both underneath the feed panel. And yeah, because the fuel wasn't going on to the spark plug, or at least the spark plug was dry, so I was taking off the injector to see if there was any fuel spraying here. So I'll show you in a bit. But sometimes there's no fuel when the ECU is broken, so I took off all the plastics to find it, but it was underneath the seat. So the rear plastics need to be removed, and you need to remove the seat to get to the ECU. And I already tested it. This ECU does make fuel come out of the injector, so it does fire the injector. But then when I took it off, I could see that this was all wet around here, and if you can tell, maybe there's a gap. So you can see how here the thread insert that is in the plastic, it's loose. So this injector is probably bad. But I have a couple more, so maybe I can just slap another one on there. And same deal with the air compressor. I'm not sure if the air compressor is actually working. The air line that's on here, that goes to the compressor. I'm not sure if the air injector is working. I'm not sure if the compressor is working. But when I removed the fuel injector from the block, from the head, there was no air escaping. So I kind of doubt if the compressor line or the compressor itself is bad, because I don't think there was any pressure. But if there isn't, we're gonna find out. I'll just quickly show you that it does spray fuel. I'm not sure if it will be visible, but let's find out. And you also can see the spark. It's also sparking, as you can tell. Let's try it again. Let's put this off to the side. As you can see. So yeah, in order to properly remove the spark plug, I just loosened the rear strut so the engine would tilt a bit, and then I could get in the tool for the spark plug. And now what I did is I removed the air compressor hose and put in this tool to measure the pressure. So let's see what we get. Well, we are at 5 bars now. It looks like it is dropping, but that could be because my hose is not properly on. Let's try some more. it is leaking now because I am moving this, but it can easily get up to 7 bars. I put a different injector on there so you can see that it's now closed off. Don't see any leaks, so no leaks. Time to put the air hose back on. So I have the injector back on, plugged in, hoses are all connected, the air hose is connected to the compressor again. Now I'm going to put in the spark plug and then see if it's going to start. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but first thing is going to check if the spark plug actually gets the gasoline now. Let's find out. So spark plug is back in, connected with the spark plug lead. I put the rear strut back on so the wheel can turn freely. Let's see what it does. Well, that already sounded much more like something, but I feel like I could hear some leak somewhere. I'm not sure, but let's try again. Yeah, I can definitely hear a leak. Put the new compressor hose on there, which is now not leaking, I think. I removed the spark plug because I kind of think it's fouled, but just to show, maybe you can see it is wet. So it's getting fuel. This air filter, to put it on there, is horrible. I removed the seat and I removed the tank so I can reach it from here, so I can actually properly see how to fit it on. But in the meantime, what happens, because you're pushing on this stuff and all that, the entire plug from the TPS came off, and this center part came out too, and it broke. I think it broke. Now I have plenty of them left, so I won't have a big issue with it, but I have to remove it all again and get it out, because now yeah, this is not gonna work. Look at this. Put it on the contact and it's not happy. It looks very nice and tucked away underneath here, but I don't like it. These clamps are normally on the fuel lines, and maybe if I grab a light we can see. I had to loosen up these two clamps, and now I have to get a wrench to try and make them tight again, because my screwdriver won't fit this way. Because you see the sides of the air filter box is hitting the hose clamps. This fitment is so tight, it is insane. So the annoying spark plug is in there. The annoying air filter is on there. I put another TPS sensor on there, because the one I took off, I destroyed it, I think. I put this one on there and the injection check light instantly start blinking. But the one I have on there now, I just resetted the code, so there shouldn't be any issues now. Let's see. I could not get it to fire up. I sprayed it in with some soapy water, and because I still hear something leaking. And I think I already found it, but check it out. Well, you cannot really see it now, but something is bubbling somewhere. I'm quite sure it's coming from here, in between there. At least you can hear it. Something is going wrong there. I'm going to try another injector. Let's take another look. Where are we? Okay. Just a second ago I saw clear bubbling, but it's hard to see now. Oh, you see what's happening over there? Over there? Right there, look over there. I'm not sure if I got enough light. Something's wrong over there. I'm going to try to put the thread insert back into the injector housing. I'm going to solder slash weld a bit on the inside and then push it back in. Hopefully it will stay there. What I did was I took a tie wrap and put some of the plastic material on the tip of there, and then I put some on the inside on here, and I just took the hammer and tapped the thread insert back in, and I'm hoping that it's sealing enough. There's a small gap. Let's see if I can test it. Let's check this one out. This one is running, so I'm still not sure what the issue is over here. And I know that one is running, but I do not want to take any parts from that to test that one. But yeah, I'm going to take some parts of here, put it on there, see if that still works. While trying to see if that injector would work on that engine, I removed the hose from the compressor and there was no air escaping. So what I tried now, I removed the compressor from that engine, and that's on here now. This is the old one, and I'm going to test it and see if it builds pressure, because I was testing that one and it would not keep the pressure. So let's see. It took quite a while to get there, but I'm not sure if my meter is functioning properly, but this is pressure, this is high enough. I'm gonna wait for like 10 minutes and see if it stays, and then I'm going to put in the hose from the compressor back to the injection rail and put in a spark plug that's known good, and then I hope it will fire up. That's how pressure releases. This is the worst place, the worst part of it. The rest is pretty good, I guess. Send it. Damaged. I'm going to try this anyway. There's a small nick on there. Let's just hope for the best. This is the piston on top dead center. There's a very small gap, so the squeeze is like something, I'm not sure. Tell me about it. I'm just gonna try it and hope for the best. We'll see. Since I haven't broken anything in the process thus far, I have broken another fucking TPS again. Or maybe it isn't broken, it's just loose. This is really the joy of my life. It is responding to resetting the code, so I hope the throttle position sensor is still okay. Let's wait a bit and then maybe fire it up. I connected everything except for the exhaust and like the coolant covers and stuff, but for testing purposes I want to know if it makes a noise. It's stuck on fault code 7 and fault code 3. Seems like the Lord is not wanting me to fix this scooter, but I'm going to try start it anyway. Yeah, first time I started it or tried starting it, there was definitely some smoke, but I cannot recreate it. It won't fire up. Maybe could be still a spark plug issue, but I doubt it. I think I'm fucked. Okay, it didn't work. But guess what? What if I can get this to fit under here? This radiator, two radiators, this reservoir. So, would the water pump from the Scarabeo Ditech fit on there? Would the cylinder, water cooled, would it fit on there? Let's find out. So I removed this, swapped over these things, and when you just look at this is funny because this has the exact shape from the water pump. The water pump just fits perfectly. So yeah, the water pump fits, and this length is about the same as this, so I assume that will be no issue. I will transfer it, and I'm also going to turn around the intake manifold just like it's on here and put on the other type of air filter, because that would look way cleaner and work way easier. Here you have the piston removed, pistons. Height wise these are basically the same, so I think this will be no problem. But here you can see the difference. The water cooled and the air cooled. This was a new piston, but I think there are scratches in the cylinder are too bad on this one. This one doesn't have those scratches. And also it kind of seems as if this one is way bigger, but it's not true, it's the same size. I'm going to use this piston, which ran with this one, on this bike, so it should work. Let's put the piston on the other scooter and put it all together. Got it all hooked up, and it fits very well. Going to put the air filter from the Aprilia SR on there. As you can see, I flipped the intake, so I'm guessing this would fit here now. Starting to look good. I also pointed the re-pointed angle of this plug, so I was able to reset all the codes, so no more codes neither. And as you can see, everything is back on, and it's a water cooled instead of air cooled. Cooling system is not complete yet, but I just need 2 hoses to go to the front, and I'm going to try and put radiator on here and reservoir on that side, and I need to try and place it so that it will fit behind that cover. It's going to be sick. Not completely sure yet, but I think air should be able to go through there for cooling. But first the exhaust and the air filter. Air filter fits kinda. It fits properly over there. It's nice around here, but these holes are a bit out of alignment. It's not far off, but probably gonna make small brackets to make it fit better. But just to point out, this is the sensor for the temperature. It's different from the one on the air-cooled one. So I cut off the wires and I put in the plug for the water-cooled sensor. It's the same wire coloring, so I assume that the ECU will do the same with it, but I'm not sure. Exhaust still fits nicely with the water-cooled cylinder. Assuming that all the parts are correct now, it should start. There's still no coolant system completed, so cannot run it for long, but it should fire up. Fingers crossed. I call that a yes. I just mocked it up a bit. It is hanging. These are a bit too long yet, but whatever. I don't really see any clear leaks. Filled it up already. It flows in and out. Flows in, goes back, underneath, up and through.